Golly. Oh, hey, good to see you. Check this spot out. These are the Kokomo Garrison ruins. Out here in central Hyrule with a lake right at your doorstep. Good soil for farming, a forest for hunting and fruits. And the ruins actually work as a pretty decent schematic for a possible future base. And, as a plus, there's a neighborhood pack of Gloomhands over there, and just over the hill that way there's a Moblin camp. That's 2 stars on the safety meter. Today we're going to be driving across Hyrule in this bad boy that's Jeepington. Jeepington, say hello. Good boy. And finding the safest places to live. Now this is Tears of the Kingdom Hyrule, so it's a little edgy. And there's no real guarantee that Link beats Ganon. So we're looking for a spot with some food, shelter, a water source of course, far away from enemies, and somewhere Ganon wouldn't come looking if he did win. So we are ruling out populated villages because let's be honest, they're getting fried day one. He's putting those in an air fryer. Now my sources around Hyrule have sent me a few decent varied locations, so we're going to be going between those, rating them, and then we're going to be ending off with what I believe to be the safest place in all of Tears of the Kingdom. Alright, Jeepington, let's get moving. Alright, Sanadin Park. Immediately I'm noticing 2 fresh water sources in these fountains. It looks good on the surface, doesn't seem to be a lot of danger nearby. There is a bokoblin camp down the hill over there, but I feel like we have enough distance and high ground to get the jump on them if they want to try something. Me and Jeepy been doing taekwondo. Shit's getting real freaky out here. My main concerns so far are there's not a lot of trees here. Maybe only enough to build like a little shack, and the only real food sources are a fire fruit bush, and there's only one of that, so you have to bring your own to make this place viable. And then again with the trees, like it's pretty out in the open. I don't know. My other concern is that this place ranks 7 out of 10 on the around and find out scale. So I around to find out, and it's apparently because the only thing between you and a dragon is a river. So unfortunately for this contact, I'm gonna have to rate this place a 3 out of 10 on the safety scale. This is probably only a good temporary camping spot looking at it. But it is definitely one of the few places with wildlife and a water source that's very far from enemies that I've seen. Which is good, but again, I just can't recommend staying here for longer than a night based on how open it is and the fact that Ghidorah is right there, so.
But now let's head to the Faerun region for a spot I found on my own a few years back.
Now, it's no secret that the Faerun region is the vacation resort equivalent in Hyrule. A nice humid jungle region with lots of flowing water, fruit, and wildlife. The only issue is if you try to get near that water, Mark Zuckerberg and a pack of Lizalfos are gonna spear you like a damn tuna. And I don't know about you, but I don't feel too comfortable going in a salad. So I spent a long time trying to find the optimal hideaway out here in the jungle with a safe water source for prolonged living. And this little corner of heaven is what we found. Just off the edge of the jungle, on a hill right on the Zonai ruins, is a safe plot of land with trees, fruit, wildlife, and most importantly, a running body of water with no Lizalfos in it. Great for fishing, and the plot of land being a bit higher up, making it a pretty safe spot to live. Now, I'm not racist, but there is a pack of goblins camping a little close to the water on the other side there, which makes it obviously a little risky. You are kind of sandwiched here though, because not too far off in the other direction are constructs and Lizalfos as well, but it is a decent enough distance on both sides to make it pretty safe. But if you really want to live that tropical lifestyle while the whole world is ending, this is the best spot to do it in properly. I rate this spot an 8 out of 10 on the viability and safety scale.
He's found me. Jeepington, ready the engine. We ride at dawn. Now this next location is a real gem.
A slice of life unlike any other. But it's pretty far out, so while we drive there, here's Ricky with the weather.
It's still raining here. Like every day. I don't know why you make me come out of here still when you know it rains every single day.
Thanks, Ricky. Now here we are at the next spot. This is Lake Ilumeni. Found right in the ass crack of 2 mountains, as far from Ganon's castle in this direction as you can be without being scorched to death or turned into a rocket pop, equipped with a pretty big water source, some abandoned pieces of housing over there to reuse, trees, and wildlife. This is a sleeper pick, but it does require some work. But You NPCs are known to be able to throw hands with some of the weaker enemies in Hyrule, so this spot should be perfectly manageable. Once you take out a few slimes, 2 living trees, and the Octorok in the water, you basically have a spot to raise your kids in guaranteed to be undisturbed for as long as you see fit. It's still in the central Hyrule humidity region, so you'll get enough rain to refill that little pond over there and get some crops going. My only issues are the lack of natural food and wildlife here, and it does have those few monsters, but since they are on the weaker side, I'm down to rate this place a 7 out of 10. Good job to this special viewer. Now, onto our final location. The spot I believe to be the safest and most viable for survivability in the entirety of Hyrule. This right here is Rutile Lake, a perfect little hidden ecosystem on the west side of the Satori Mountain. Wildlife everywhere, fish, deer, boars, beehives for honey, trees for wood and shade, fruits, a large water source, and plenty of elevation to stop any randoms from finding this place. It's also like huge in comparison to everything else we've seen. The only enemies being 2 bokoblins and 2 Octoroks, both on the farthest edges of either side of this place. So you can pretty easily avoid these guys by just staying in the center. But if you decide to take a little bit of a leap and take out these enemies, you probably don't even have to touch the Octoroks, they don't move. You basically have an entire forest on this mountain to yourself, with no risk of anything else finding it. It's basically your own little private island to do legal things with. I'm looking at you, Jeffrey. Now, like with most of these locations, you're probably wondering, what's the catch? Is there a retirement home nearby? Heavy traffic? Lorax lurking in a tree? Nothing. There is no catch. This is the best and safest place to live in Hyrule, and we found it. What do you think, Jeepington? Well, fuck, he killed himself. All right, thank you for joining me today. Let me know if there's any spots I missed in the comments, and I may revisit them. I'll see you next week, maybe in another game, and hopefully with a new ride. Peace.